Hello, good morning. I am Janae Passer, and I'd like to introduce myself to you today. So I am a certified English as a second language teacher in the state of Florida, and I've been teaching English since 2016. So a couple years there. I love teaching English. It's really interesting. Every student comes with different abilities, and it's always a problem to be solved or a better way to do things when teaching English. I enjoy teaching phonics and literacy. I think that those are very important to teaching ESL. Phonics is how we say things, how we read things, how we decode things. So I'm interested in literacy and phonics as well as teaching English. So, educational background. I have a BS in communications. I have an MA in public and international affairs. I received my TESOL certification from the University of Northern Colorado, and I am working on completing the whole master's degree in TESOL. Hopefully this summer, I'll be all done with that. So it's been a neat learning experience. And I just completed a class on technology innovation in the classroom. So like teaching digitally, I like being online. So I have taught students in person in the US, Germany, and the Czech Republic. I became interested in teaching online distance learning when schools cut down because of COVID. And so that's how I learned how to do all the digital learning stuff. And it's really interesting. I like that I get to work with students from around the world. And I've taught students online in the Czech Republic, Romania, and China. And it's been a really good experience. So for the lesson, when we're working with question words, I would use this graphic above to start off the lesson. I would use that to assess where the students are starting off at and have a conversation about it. I would ask the student or students to go through this and like, hey, can you please read this for me? Who? And then see if they can give me an example of who. Who are you? See if they can give me a question. We'll talk about it. If we get to a word and it doesn't seem like they're doing great with it, I would use TPR or a bunch of props as example. Like when, I usually have on my watch, but when did it happen? How? How does a kite fly? And then why? Why should we wash our hands? And I would go through that with them to make sure that they have that basic understanding of these 6 question words. And after we've reviewed that, I have a couple practice slides I would use, and I've actually taught this lesson before using question words. So I have a bunch of Google slides that go with question words. These are just 2 of them. But so a student that if we went through the graphic and there was no question about they really know how to use those words in a sentence, they know how to ask questions, I would review these slides with them because I have the words in a sentence, like a sentence frame, so they could use this and say, hey, let's look at this picture. What is the boy doing? So I'd have them look at these slides and tell me so I could see, oh, okay, can you use it in a sentence? You know, can you understand how we use this word in context? So we have that. Here's another one. How many boys can you see? I see 3 boys. See if, you know, they can answer the question and also flip it around. I'm looking at this picture. What questions can you come up with for this picture? What question do you have when you're looking? So see how that goes. And then we would work through a guided reading. So I have this short reading here, and I have my word bank over here, my who, when, what, why, how. So I would have the student read this and I would help them if they were getting stuck and just work on it. And maybe before we read the story, remind them again about our question words. I'm going to keep these in mind when I'm reading through the story. So we're going to read through the story. And I'm working on Zoom right now when I'm doing this. And so when I got to the reading. See, come on, Zoom. Here, pop it up here. Okay, so when I actually got to the reading, there you go. All right. So when I get to the actual reading, I would then share my screen with the student. And I would give the controls over to them, share them back and forth and draw on this. So we went ahead and we read the story. And I'd say, hey, you know, who was the story about? Can you show me who the story is about? Come on. Why is it all funky? I am sorry about this. Why is it being all weird on me? Oh gosh. Okay. Sorry, I don't know why this is being weird. Oh, because I was doing on my other thing. Sorry. Here we go. Okay, so on my draw, here we go. My format, okay. I am sorry, I do not know why this is being so crazy. So in a real situation, if my Zoom drawing tools are being crazy, I would just have the student verbally tell me. We could look through this. I would like to mark it up. It makes it more interactive for them. But I would just have them tell me, like, who was this story about? Hopefully they could tell me it was Ty, or if they're unable to tell me, like, let's look again. So for his 5th birthday, Ty, hopefully they pick up like, oh, it's about Ty. When does this story take place? And hopefully they could tell me that it took place at Ty's birthday party. If they can't tell me that again, then like, let's look a little bit further. Okay, all right. And ask them to summarize what happened in this story. You know, what happened? And so hopefully they would tell me about Ty really wanted a bike and he didn't think he was going to get a bike because he looked at the presents. There's no bike. And then the end, he got a bike. And then a why question I would ask them was up here in the second paragraph. It said Ty was sad. I'd say, hey, why was Ty so sad? Hopefully they could tell me that Ty was sad because he didn't see a bike in the present pile. And then, okay, so at the end of the story, why was Ty happy in the end? Hopefully he got a bike. He is really happy. And then my how question, how did Ty get a bike? Hopefully, oh, Ty got a bike for his birthday. So hopefully you can work these questions and use all 6 words and put them to use in our reading, get some reading comprehension going on in there. And then as far as assessment, the verbal assessment, then being able to answer the questions about the reading would let me know if they are able to use those words. And also, like I said, I don't know why my Zoom is acting up or I'm acting up. Really, my assessment would be I would really like them to be able to underline the words or circle the words and be able to show me, and for them to visually be able to keep track of where everything was in the story for the question words. So thank you so much for the opportunity to show you my presentation. And I hope that I get to hear from you soon. Thank you. Goodbye.